Hello everyone, hope you're well. Happy New Year first of all. It's still January, so I still feel like I can give a few New Year's well wishes. I cannot believe it's 2024, but I'm here today to film an update video. I did put up a poll on my Instagram, which is just the Barbara Rossi, asking where you guys wanted a general life update, and I was quite shocked to hear that most of you chose YouTube. So I'm kind of doing a bit of both. There's also a reel going up on Instagram discussing what's been going on, but if you want the long form content, which that's what I live for, then this is for those of you who are wanting that essentially. We are going to address the elephant in the room in a second, I promise, but just a couple of points. Apologies for the background. I'm just not in a mental state to collapse boxes, and to be honest, at the moment this is the only filmable area for a number of reasons. Namely, my partner's in the other room on a call, so you might hear a bit of background noise. It's also quite echoey in here. Disclaimers over. Also, don't know what's going on with my Farrah, is it Farrah Fawcett hair, 80s vibe. We're just gonna have to go with it. These curls are just not dropping here, and I don't know what's going on. Now, I don't want to make this video rambly because I haven't planned what I'm going to say. I'm just going to sit here and talk old school style. We're going to have to rewind for the update. We're going to talk about the major update first, because I feel like lots of you guys have been telling me that I've been killing you with this, but I just wanted it to feel right before I came on and talked about it. Barbara, circa 2 years ago, if you would have said, what is Barbara doing in January 2024? Barbara would have ideally sold her flat, which actually tick. I sold my flat. For those of you who've been following me for a while, I bought my flat when I was 23, moved into it when I was 24, and lived in it for, I think it was like 6 years in the end in total. Hell journey selling a flat. I mean, if you guys ever want me to go into that, I don't think I ever will, but let me tell you, it was a whole process, it was a whole thing, but tick, got that done. So that did come to fruition. Barbara of the past would then have thought that, I mean, we're getting married, the kind of natural progression would be to, I mean, I sort of was already on the property ladder. Natural progression would be, let's keep going up the ladder essentially and buy something else. And bear in mind that my partner and I had been looking at several different areas of London. For those of you, maybe if you're interested, we love Mill Hill, Northwest London primarily, Queen's Park, Hendon, that kind of northwest area that we just love. And we were very much in talks. I'm trying to think if we actually went and saw anything physically. I don't think we did, but we did a lot of just searching, and that was what was looking like was going to be the next natural progression. And I think from a young age, it's always been instilled in me, like, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house. And I'll get into that. Go back even further, and for those of you living in the UK, you'll know the sort of, I don't want to get too into the economics or, you know, politics into this video, but it's hard out there in the UK at the moment. I mean, it's hard all over the world generally when it comes to this kind of stuff, but we just very, very quickly, also with the house sale that we were going through, and just, like I said, the hell of what we were going through with that, my partner and I just started really playing and toying with the fact that we weren't sure if we were going to buy at the moment after all. So obviously, like I said, natural progression was going to be sell my flat, buy a house, and we were going to, you know, move into my mum's place for a short time or rent for a short time, and that was kind of the idea. Then we very quickly came to the decision that actually we didn't know if buying was going to be for us at this time, because interest rates, do we even really know where we want to live in London, because we were still kind of in two minds. Do we think we're going to get the house that we ultimately want? We don't want to have to go through a house sale again super quickly. Ideally, for me, 6 years living in that flat flew by. Like, it was like I woke up one day and it was 6 years already. So we sort of also toyed with the fact that if we're not even sure where we want to live or what we really want right now, why are we going to go and buy it and then potentially have to move in, you know, 3, 4, 5 years? It's just, we were trying to be pragmatic. House buying already was out of the agenda, and we were going very much into thinking, okay, we're going to go back onto, or actually for me, the first time go into the rental market, which for some people that must be quite weird, but I've actually never, other than my studio for work, I've never rented anywhere. I've just gone straight from my mum's house into buying my first flat. Financially, for us, actually, it was making more sense to do this. We never thought we'd be in a stage where we wouldn't know what we would want to do. Or I actually, personally, maybe, because I'm so decisive, I never really thought that I wouldn't know what I was going to do for a while, because I always feel like I've had that natural progression. So we were toying with and actually looking at rentals in those areas that we mentioned, and I will have to rewind back a little bit further and come back to that point. We had actually toyed with the idea of moving abroad, or actually more predominantly my partner moving abroad for a while. And he had gone to a said place and he'd visited it and for work and loved it, and really came and saw that he fell in love with it and could see himself living in it. And it kind of came down to, well, what am I gonna do? How can I do this? I have never really envisioned myself leaving London. I think if you go back into some of my older question videos, the question and answers videos, I think I vehemently say that I do just never see myself moving from London. So for me, the idea of that, irrespective of even thinking about renting, which was also something that I never thought I was going to have to do after selling my flat, was just always kind of in the back of my mind. Obviously, my family's in London, my business is in London, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Now, rewind or not rewind, we actually visited said place that my partner really loved back in January 2023. We visited it, we stayed for about 10 days, and bear in mind it was the winter as well, so factor that in, but I really liked it. I thought it was beautiful. Food is incredible, and really liked it, but was just still, my heart is in London. My heart, you know, I've lived in London since I was 7, and although I love, you know, Europe and the vibe that Europe gives, my heart was still very much at the time in London. So I kind of just threw it to the back of my mind. I was kind of like, just don't really see it. Not for me at all. I had probably, and I'm not going to go too much into this because I don't want to make this video a super Debbie Downer or a super negative, but I probably had the worst mental health year of my life in 2023. I start getting emotional when I think about it, but I wasn't myself in 2023, and I'm talking probably very end of January to, I would say, June time. Just a lot going on personally, family, life, changes, lots and lots of different things, and a lot of battling with myself internally. And I think a lot of people go through these kind of things, it's very normal, but I was not in a good place, to put it lightly. And whilst I was in this dark place, and I was so lucky to have so much support, to come out of it, because I know a lot of people don't have that. Life, if you'd have told me that in 2023, when I was probably at my most, you know, thriving with my business, and I am in such a happy, healthy relationship, and I have all these things going for me. I have a roof over my head, you know, I'm happy generally. I never thought that that would be the time that I would have this happen to me. And it was such a curveball that it kind of made me think, you can't plan for things in life. Let me get straight to the point. So essentially, I started coming around to the idea of us trying something very, very new. And the news is that my partner has moved to Lisbon, and I will be living between London and Lisbon. So I am going to be here for a little while, getting him settled in. Obviously, I'm very lucky that don't have my flat in London anymore. Obviously, we sold that, but I'm very lucky that I have my mum's place that I will be predominantly staying, and also we have a friend who kindly also allows us to stay with him should we be in London. So I now literally have clothes and things and items in 3 different places. So my mind is, I'm constantly going into like my wardrobe or into like, I'm sure so many of you guys can relate with this. And I'm like, oh my God, where is this thing? Or, oh my God, I didn't bring, like, I have 2 pairs of glasses. I didn't bring my nice pair. I only bought my rubbish pair. Or, you know, such silly, trivial things, but I still cannot believe we are here. So this is the Lisbon pad. And I actually have another cool thing to update you guys on. And that's that I filmed our flat hunting process in Lisbon. So obviously we had a few specifications for my partner's place, and obviously us when I'm here too. And because this is going to be sort of where I have the majority of my knickknacks from home and things like that, because I don't have space at my mum's house to put them, they all sort of came here, but we wanted to make this place feel as much of home as possible. That's why you'll still see very much that my creative input is going to be in this place. But this is going to be my year, guys, of just figuring it all out. This is going to be my year of what is the plan, or just we're really happy and let's just keep seeing how this all goes and what we want to do in the future. Take it a bit slower. I accomplished so much with my mental health last year. I want this year to just be a year to kind of just go more with the flow. I've never done that. You guys know I don't go with the flow. I have a plan. I have 10 plans. So this is going to be a cool year. We're still very much getting married in September in Italy, so there's going to be a lot of wedding content coming up. That's the big update. I will be sure to do a kind of like flat tour and all that kind of thing here, for sure, because I love this place. Like, we love this place. I don't think we honestly could have picked a better place for us right now. But if you want to see the flat hunt, search on Instagram, then I've got loads of reels and things like that coming up relating to that. I was watching honestly every single vlog out there on like moving to Lisbon, and because we didn't know Lisbon, and obviously my partner doesn't know Lisbon that well, we were like, well, I thought, let me try and enlist help of someone to help us find the best areas, the best everything, because when we've come to Lisbon prior, we've stayed in the more sort of touristy areas, and we wanted somewhere that was more convenient, you know, has supermarkets really close by, isn't so hilly for us to walk, even though we love it. I don't know if it's as practical for us every day, you know, supermarkets, etc., shopping. And I got in touch with Eddie, who was our real estate agent, and he helped us. So that's all going to be on Instagram, guys. And yeah, eventually I will do a flat tour on here, but this is the living room. Very beautiful Portuguese style architecture here at the back. Also, a lot of you guys are so beady-eyed and smart. I mean, I wasn't really hiding anything. I don't feel like, I think it was quite obvious, but some of you guys were like, oh my God, you're in Lisbon, or oh my God, the plugs, or oh my God, this, and oh my God, that. And it was crazy how many of you guys got it right. Although a lot of you thought that I moved to Italy, which, oh my God, maybe one day. Honestly, I'm never gonna say never anymore, because you just never know. But it's crazy actually how much the vibe here does remind me of Italy. So there's this like little warmth about it that just, it does bring me back to that European way of living. Like, the food here is so good. I mean, for me, when I cook here, the taste is just completely different. If any of you guys are thinking business-wise, what's been going on, Fi is very much still around. If you guys want an update on Fi, let me know, but feel free to message me. So don't worry, your aesthetic needs are still very much taken care of. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I don't really want to go too much into it, but by golly, does my hair get fluffy hair. That's all I'm going to say to end of this video. Let me know what you think. Did you guys, some of you get it right? Also, if I have any Lisbon followers, when I'm here, I would love to make some friends. I am genuinely thinking of downloading Bumble Friends, because I do want to make some friends here. So if any of you guys live here or are from here, let me know, you know, a list of recommendations, things to do. And I would love to get to know some of you guys, and yeah, and Kiki in Lisbon, essentially. I love you guys. I'm going to stop rambling.